Let us start with the Tantra release meditation. We are going to relax, release, reunite, and then we begin the transformation.
Yeah. Oh, I just want. I really tried to get into that, to get deeper, you know.
Yeah.
But it's very difficult to stay that way.
Yeah, gradually, it is happening.
It has, yeah. On the other hand, I try also to be always aware, and of course, it's easier to be aware of the outside, where I am, what I see. I mean, taking, how shall I say, being aware of the colors, being aware of what kind of people there. Also, I mean, being aware.
It is easy to be aware of the objective world. That is what you say.
That's right, but
difficult.
So what we call wide focus.
Yeah.
And not, if a narrow focus, then you of course, sometimes it's necessary because you work on the subject, but a narrow focus, it brings you also into anxiety.
Difficult to become aware of yourself. So, remember, when you become aware of yourself, then it simply drops that anxiety.
Yeah.
But if you become aware of the past
and future, you should not.
Yes. If you become aware of the past, thoughts, memory, then obviously it brings the anxiety. So narrow focus here means that we start getting carried away.
Yeah.
We start getting carried away by the past.
Yeah. So if you feel it coming on,
the moment it comes, you have to remind yourself that you are none of this.
That's right.
They are separate.
Yeah.
So here the psychologists, the Western psychologists say that, engage yourself in the objective reality. That is only an escape.
It is, yeah.
It is an escape. But what happens the moment the anxiety comes? Maybe you start becoming aware of the breath. You become aware of the breath on one hand, and let those thoughts and the feeling pass by. That is one. Second is that you start doing deep breathing if you have time enough in that situation.
If you do it early enough.
Early enough. Third is that it is the best thing that you have learned already. We have evolved into this practice for almost a year. The moment you have this, sit anywhere, close your eyes, instantly see the triangle, and begin dropping one aim, then 2 aim, then 3 aim, then leave it. What happens? That your mind withdraws inside.
Yeah.
The thought remains outside. You are able to witness. You are able to see that they are different. They are not you. You are not them.
But it takes practice.
It takes practice.
There is one thing. There is a book. Sometimes I look at it. Eckhart Tolle. Of course, he doesn't tell you really what exercises to do, how to come out of it. There is one thing I like about it. Everything is understandable. You know what he says. It's. That's what I like. It's in simple language, which is understandable, and
you're right.
That's one thing I like. That's the only thing, plus thing.
But one thing to be clearly known, clearly known, and that is where lot of people miss. Even if I simply talk that here is you maintain self-awareness. Awareness simply means you are not only aware of the objective world at this moment, but you are aware of the body, you are aware of the thought, you are aware of the feeling. You are here and now.
Yeah.
I have said it simply, but to reach to that stage is a challenge. It demands a regular practice.
Yeah.
So many masters in the past also, they spoke from the higher state of the consciousness.
Mm-hmm.
So when you only speak from that level, you simply say, oh, there is no problem. You just become aware. Just be aware. Live in a moment. Awareness in the present.
Yeah.
Be mindful. But that doesn't work for those people who live very below.
That's right.
They are already getting carried away. They are pressed by the memory. So what happens? You understand this philosophy at the intellectual level, but it is not a part of your life. So we understand that, but then we also become aware of the challenges your mind poses to you not to remain in that state. So that is why we are doing this practice, is we are getting rid of those challenges, what prevents you to drop into the state of forgetfulness. You simply drop into the some thought, and the thought brings an anxiety, and you stand, and then you remember. So we are already doing the practice. We are connecting. Understanding is, in yoga, is your experience. Understanding is not only the intellectual. I know peace, but do I live in peace?
Yeah.
That is the challenge tradition offers.
Yeah.
You know peace, that is good. You can talk, but do you live in peace? The master always said, do you live in peace? So ask yourself, what prevents you? And what prevents you?
Yeah. And also, excuse me to interrupt, also it's good when you mention peace, live in peace. What does it mean? Give an explanation so people get very close in understanding.
Yeah.
Also, when
I give I give an example through a symbol, but understanding, yes, intellectual. You are asking me to give a mental understanding through the words and the language. So I give that briefly, and then I take them to the practice. That it is the practice that will take you to the state of peace consciousness.
Yeah.
I always say, when you withdraw the mind inside, you move into the higher state of consciousness, beyond mind. The first thing that you encounter is the peace consciousness. Peace consciousness is a conscious awareness of a moment inside and also outside.
And not going back to
Not
the past.
going.
So try to prevent yourself. Oh, I thought of the past. No. Even
Understand, this is very important. That is what the rational and reasoning understanding poses a problem. You had just heard the noise of a plane passes by. You did not prevent that noise to pass by. You did nothing. So when you are in peace consciousness, even if the past thought comes, they come like the noise of the plane and they pass by. You do not prevent. The moment and you prevent them, you have started fighting. The mind is divided. The mind moves more into anxiety. No, you are not fighting with it.
No.
You are not fighting with it. No, the noise comes.
Right.
That another example that I give, that you are simply sitting here, you're sitting across a road watching the traffic.
Right.
You do nothing to the traffic. So what happens through the meditation? what happens to these practices? That you discover, you awaken, oh, anxiety is not me. Right. I'm different. Mm-hmm. So when the neighbor is different, you do nothing to the neighbor. Let him do whatever he wants to do. So a kind of detachment, a kind of separation is the wisdom. The wisdom says, oh, I'm not this anxiety, I'm not this thought. You need not to repeat it. Mm-hmm. You awaken to it.
Yeah.
You see the noise of the plane, it has come, it has gone. You never told me, stop, let it go and then I will talk to you. Mm-hmm. You see that? Yeah. So you don't fight with the thought, remember.
That's right. That's right.
The moment you start fighting means you want to prevent it, you want to drop it, you is related. That I-ness is related to the anxiety, then it causes the problem. Mm-hmm. So, where is your home? Here. Where is the neighbor's home? There. Are you related to the neighbor's home? No. Yeah. Do you go to their living room and ask them, no, this is not good? You don't say. Uh-huh. You simply go, welcome, you accept as it is, and come back.
Okay. Yeah.
Same thing. We are going to, you're reading, that is good. Come on, so let us start. Let us start with the meditation practices, and that exactly what we are doing. We are going within, living within, going within, living within, awakening within. And when we awaken within, we move into the wisdom. Wisdom is higher than the understanding. And what the wisdom does? Wisdom awakens to the peace consciousness on one hand, and naturally drops, naturally detaches oneself from the past, memory, negative experiences is the way to this practice of meditation. So let us first raise our alertness and awareness by the breathing practice. It helps you to release the energy from the unconscious, subconscious. How we do it? Look inside the chest and start breathing long and the fast breathing into the chest. Long and the fast breathing into the chest. Continue. It is not, yes, continue long and the fast breathing, looking deep inside. Looking deep inside the heart, this time. Continue, look deep inside the heart. Continue long and fast breathing. Long and fast breathing. Continue. and stop it. Just do nothing. You see that I challenge your mind in a very natural way. You did long and the fast breathing, that was the active practice, and now I say that you do nothing, watch the breath and start counting the breath. Watch the breath and start counting when the breath goes in one, when the breath comes out, one. You know what happens? You engage the mind to live within. When you engage the mind to live within, it may awaken and drop all the memory, the past and the future. Remember, this is what many people say, almost the state of mindfulness. We are simply counting the breath in the state of stillness, not only to help the mind to go within, but also heighten the state of awareness to have the right perception, right observation, right perception, and the right action. What is the right action? Now you come to that. Do nothing, remain as it is. So when you do nothing, that is the right action at a very subtler level, and that is the state of mindfulness. This is, all the steps can easily be done independently and together. All together, minimum once daily, and any of these steps you can pick up during the day. You are at your home, just pick up the step of 3 stages: quick, long and fast breathing, then counting the breath in the state of the stillness, and being mindful with right observation, right perception, and right action. So now we understand experientially, subjectively, while doing the practice. And that is why I say there are 6 neighbors. The outermost neighbor is the space outside. In the extension of the space is the world of people, things, event, problems, desires, opportunities. Identification with this neighbor causes the anxiety, the tension, the depression, the problem. Identification. Then the second neighbor from outside is the physical body. We are not the physical body. The physical body belongs to me, but I do not belong to them. That is another way to be aware. Then the third neighbor is the energy body. Oh, the breath, the sensation, the change that takes place. Change is taking place due to this energy body, but you are not. Yes, it belongs to you, but you are independent of it. The fourth is the mental body of thoughts and thinking. The fifth is the I-ness. And the sixth one is the pleasure body. Deep down inside we experience the pleasure. It is short-lived and still it attracts. This is the problem. Pleasure is not the problem. The very attraction and identification is the problem. What happens in this meditation? It awakens you. It awakens in you to that state. You awaken to the wisdom that drops the identification with the past, the thought, the negative, unconsciousness. It's a beginning of a peace consciousness. Deep inside all the six neighbors we have the consciousness with it. So this practice, this step can also be done independently. And now the next step comes awareness in a moment by breath. So what happens? 3. Pointed awareness of a breath. In the state of sensation, stillness in the space. You are looking at the moving breath. You are not attached to the breath now. You see that point. You are simply looking at the moving breath. You feel the sensation of the breath that is going in and out. And you do not change the rate and the rhythm of the breath. 3-pointed awareness of the breath in the state of space outside, sensation, and the stillness in the body. Now the 4 points. When the breath goes in and comes out, simply look at a point inside the head. You see that. You don't focus. We were just talking and we were not focused. We were not making any effort. So as the breath goes in, you look at a point inside the head. Breath comes out. You look at a point inside the head. Now you see when the breath goes in and comes out, what? You see the triangle. I said see the triangle, don't imagine. When I ask you, have you seen the triangle, you will definitely say yes. Okay, how do you know you have seen the triangle? Before thought comes, you should know, you should be aware. Before thought comes, your awareness says yes. That is seeing. That is seeing. Every time the breath goes in, see the triangle inside the heart or inside the head. At this time, we are looking inside the head. The breath comes out, you see the when the breath goes in, move the mind and the breath on a triangle. Move the mind and the breath on a triangle when the breath goes in and comes out. What we are doing? Consciously moving within, living within. It's so simple. Remember, no effort. It is casual practice, but with awareness. So this becomes another independent step. So even the moment you have the anxiety or the duality or the conflict, you subjectively experience, just sit for 5 minutes. 1 minute, become aware of the 3-pointed awareness of the breath. 2nd minute, 4-point awareness of the breath, looking inside the forehead at a point. You don't bring any content, past content from the mind. Then the 5-point awareness of the breath means when the breath goes in and out, you simply see the triangle. Don't imagine, focus, color, don't force, casual looking. As if you are asking non-verbally, have I seen the triangle? And the mind moves in affirmation. And then the 6th point, when the mind and the breath moves on a triangle, going in and out, within 5 minutes, you bypass, you transcend the anxiety. You go above. You see they are different. And then come to the next step. When the breath and the mind moves on a triangle, drop. Aim on one side of a triangle. When the breath goes in and when the breath comes out. What I'm saying is that the breath and the mind is already moving on a triangle. So when it goes in or comes out, you naturally see the triangle. But drop one aim on one side or one corner each when the breath goes in and comes out. So when I say I see your entire house, but I enter through the front door. So simple to understand, but experientially. So same thing, you see the entire triangle, but you drop aim on one side. So you are becoming aware of the door. That is the key. That is why we drop aim. You awaken to the door that will dive us deeply into the self beyond the six neighbors. Now drop to aim. Breath goes in, aim. No change in the rate and the rhythm of the breath. Breath comes out, drop, aim. We're on two sides of a triangle. Two corners or the two sides, whatever you want to say. But remember, the entire process is effortless. There is no change in the rate and the rhythm of the breath. That is not a challenge. If you are aware, you are doing it. If you lose your awareness, you miss it, but you return again. So there is no issue. Instantly you return. What happened? The plane was making a noise, passing through, and we did not stop talking, but we were aware. We were fully aware it is separate. Same thing, the anxiety, the negativity, the stress, those subjective feelings are separate. You awaken to it, you don't make any effort. It is good, always fascinating to experience consciously. The mind is living within. And now, drop 3A. On each side of a triangle. The breath is going in, aim. Breath is coming out, aim. Breath in the mind moves on a triangle. The breath is like a car. The mind is sitting, remember, is sitting in it, not driving the breath. Not driving the breath at all. It follows. And then the aim you drop. It is like the newspaper vendor dropping the newspaper early in the morning. And he continues to drive. Same thing. Silent. Just maintain that state of the stillness and continue the practice. In a way, it is not a practice. This is totally effortless, natural. And now, doing nothing, remain in that state. You do nothing, remain aware of the space, the sensation and the stillness in the body outside, calmness and quietness inside. So from here we explore without doing anything. What do we explore? Here is neighbor's home, here is mine. And I'm separate. You need not to say it. We know it. We are awakened. What will happen? When you do nothing, you remain mindful. Or instantly many thoughts may enter into your mind. It's okay, let them come. What is important? If you are aware that these thoughts are on the surface, you are deeper and you are separate. Thoughts are on the surface, you are deep inside, and you know you are not these thoughts. Then you are at your home. You are aware. That is the real experiential understanding of mindfulness. and peace consciousness. You asked me, so I wanted to give you a practical experience. It is same thing. You're not doing anything. You see the neighbor's home, and you know what you know. Neighbor's home is not yours. And you are at your home. Thoughts are there. You know thoughts are nothing but the neighbor. You need not to declare, you know it. You are deep inside. That is one possibility. You remain there. The second possibility, that is what the evolving into meditation. That is what I talk. Evolve and help others to evolve. Occasionally steady means that is the second state may come. What is it? Sometimes you pick up a single thought. Your mind picks up a single thought and associate it with the past. Associate with the past, then images, then past event, and we feel anxious. The same possibility is there. Let any thought come, let it associate with anything. Like the neighbor. You see the neighbor comes out doing lot of crazy things, and you see it, you see him or her, but not affected. During the progress in meditation, the same thing will happen. Thought comes, it will associate, return to the past, but you are different, separate, and deeper. You are free. That is the key point. Then comes the third. You may move into the third state. That is known as the forgetfulness. Forgetfulness may bring the sleep. A thought carries your mind. You do not know and you forget yourself. But you hear me, you're listening to me, and return to being mindful. That is where the role of the teacher comes. It is not simply an understanding rationally, it is your experience now. The fourth stage. Fourth stage, what happens in the fourth stage? Your mind consciously living within. It engages itself into the peace consciousness that you experience. And the fifth stage is the Niruddha state, we say. You experience total emptiness deeper within. You may have a surface thoughts like you see there is no noise in your home, inside your home, but neighbors are making the noise. It is a wonderful state. It is a wonderful state, and what happens? All meditation progresses first the alternating in 5 stages. Then we experience the mindful state or peace consciousness. The other states are dropped or minimized. In the 3rd stage, the awakening takes place. So when we do practice once a daily, the entire program, understanding all the steps, and Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Bring your awareness on the right hand, your awareness on the left hand. Take your time and lift your both the palms, put it on your eyes, open the eyes inside, and bring your hands down, return, sit up. How's your experience?
Very, very interesting. I realized seeing the triangle. I don't really see the triangle.
Okay.
I draw it each time.
Okay. That drawing is
I draw it.
It's a natural.
Is it better to see it, have it there?
Yes, it is to see to it.
Yeah. I don't see it. I draw it each time.
So drawing makes an effort, and there the mind may bring.
That's right.
May bring the past. You see that I simply see you, and then I make an effort to see you.
Yeah. That's so. How I have
Yes.
to practice seeing.